if you have a Google account, it is very simple. If you don't have a Google account, I'll show you how to get one as well. There are two versions of Gmail, as there are with all Google apps. A browser version, which is always the full functioning version, the one we're going to be using today, works on any browser, works on any device that supports a browser, so it makes it very easy to get to Gmail. You don't have to install anything on your computer. There is also an app version that works on smartphones and tablets. You just download that from your app store, Android or iPhone. But it does look differently. The navigation is different, so it's going to be very hard to follow along if you're trying to use the phone version. Even though it does do most of the same things, there are some features that only work in the browser version. All right, so any questions about the background material before I jump into Gmail? A few other people have joined us, that's great. All right, so I'm going to switch browsers then. And we're going to start with just a browser with nothing on it yet to kind of show you how this would work. So if you're new to Google, or if you don't have Google up and running already, just type google.com. That will take you to the Google homepage. If you don't have a Google account, there'll be an option here to sign up. If you click that, it takes you to the account creation page. Very quick and easy to create a Google account. Once you've done that, there'll be a sign in page if you're not signed in, or sign in link. You would click that, enter your Gmail as your username and the password you created when you created your account, and it'll take you to this page. This is the home page. You can tell because your picture or initials, if you didn't enter a picture, will be up here in the upper left, showing you are signed in. If you have more than one Google account, then you can create as many Google accounts as you like. You can actually change accounts from here, and it will show you when you hover over it which account you're logged in under if you're not sure. The next icon here is typically called the waffle icon. Since it looks like a round waffle, it's actually the Google Apps icon. If you click that, it will take you to a list of all the Google apps that you have access to. These are all free with your Google account. We do have a class called Introduction to Google Apps, where we go over all those different apps, not in a lot of detail, but we at least explain what they are. And yours may be in a different order, because just like apps on your phone, you can move them around and change the order. So I've moved mine around. But for today, we're going to be using Gmail, so you're looking for this one. So I'm just going to click Gmail, and that will take me into my Gmail account. Going to go over the screen navigation first, because there's a lot of stuff on the screen. In the upper left, there's the often called a hamburger, the triple bar. That toggles this left panel on and off. So if you click it, it collapses that left panel. If you click it again, it brings it back. Pretty much every Google app has this same icon up here. There's the search bar here in the center at the top. We're not going to cover this today. We go over this in the Gmail Useful Things class, but just as a preview for that class, Google started as a search engine, so it has a very elaborate search capability. That's why we saved that one for the next class. This is the cog, which is your settings. We'll be going into there a lot today. We talked about these already, so if you come over to the right-hand side, you'll see some other icons here. These are other Google apps that you can get to without leaving Gmail. So if I want to check my calendar real quick, I can just click here. It'll open my calendar, and I can see what's on my calendar for today. Close it without ever leaving Gmail.
Wait, where did you click? Where did you click for that?
Yeah, do you see these on the right-hand side over here?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Yeah, the one at that has 31 on it. And if you hover over it, it'll tell you what it is.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I see.
Sure. So that's like for a quick peek. Now, if you want to go in and do a lot of work with your calendar, you could always click on the waffle icon and open Google Calendar. It'll open it in a separate tab. So that's kind of the difference between the waffle icon and these over here on the side. And you can see calendar has options on the side as well. They're different. If you don't see these options, or if you don't want to see them, Down here at the bottom right, there's a little arrow that hides that right panel, just like the hamburger icon hides the left one. So you can toggle this panel on and off as well, just like you can do the left side with this one. All right, and so we're going to come all the way back around to here. So any questions about the layout of the screen? This is obviously your inbox. We're going to spend a lot of time here. And if not, we're going to come all the way back over here to the upper left and start with the compose icon. This is where you would start a new email. And if you're new to Google, that's probably the first thing you're going to want to do. You probably don't have many, if any, messages yet. So all you have to do to compose an email is click the compose link. It opens the composition window over here, and you start your message. First thing you indicate is who you're sending it to. If the person is in your contacts, it will pop up pretty quickly. If not, you can just type the full email address. Enter the subject of the email. And then you start typing the body of the text. So just to put something in here, I'm going to say line 1, line 2, line 3, very creative, but it's early in the morning, etc. And start composing your email.
Wait, are you going to tell us how to get them in the address book, or is that for another class?
We talk about it in another class, but it will automatically go into your email or your contacts. Is the short answer. There is a way to turn that off if you don't want it, but if you enter an email here for who you're sending it to, and it's not in your contacts, it will automatically put it in your contacts.
Okay, I don't think mine does that. I'll have to double check, but
yeah, if it doesn't, there's a setting that tells it to do that. That setting may be turned off, in which case it won't be creating them. If we have, remind me at the end of class, if we have time, I'll see if I can find that setting and show it to you.
Okay, thank you.
So we can check it. I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know exactly where it is, but I think I can find it, but I don't want to stop it here, but I'll be glad to do that at the end of class. You could format the body of the email, and this is your formatting bar down here. If you don't see it, this little A with an underbar, and you hover over any of these icons, it tells you what they are. That again turns that formatting bar on and off. You probably want to leave it on all the time, but you can do all your typical formatting things. I can bold the first line, I can underline the second line. So if I wanted to change the font, I can change the font. It's a different font, or I can change the size. With size, you get 4 options: small, normal, large, huge. If you decide you don't like something you just did, this is always a handy icon. This is the undo. So I can undo that, like the last thing I did, and change that back. You can keep going back through that all the way back to when you started the session. This one takes you back forward again. Go forward one more.